Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back. We're going to continue on reading One Truth, One Law. I Am, I Create, written by Erin Werley. And we are on day 8 at this point, and we're going to be talking about doubts. And we're going to start off with a quote by Aristotle. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. And we start out with Phil asking a question. We are going to put this information on the internet so people can find it. Should we put it on a website or make an ebook? I am. It does not matter what the format is any more than it matters the title of the book or whether you write it down word for word or paraphrase. If you are asking me the best way to do it, there is no best way. Only what you know will work. Pick one and decide that it is the best way. Right now, you are afraid you'll pick the wrong one and it won't work. That's not possible unless you are doubting. Know it will work and it cannot help but be. Release your fear. Release your doubting. You can have success as quickly as you can believe it. But you are afraid to move forward. Release the fear and you will have success. Knowing is, it cannot be otherwise. Creation should be a joyful process. If you feel stuck or that things are difficult, you are not creating with the calm knowing. You are creating out of fear, which will create the opposite of what you want. All thoughts are creation. Decide what you are going to create and decide that you are going to allow I am to create for you. You have to have a level of trust that this creation will happen. Right now, Erin does not have confidence that this creation will happen. So baby steps are taking Erin towards a new creation, which is the book Not Happening. Beyond continuing to talk to me, she hasn't taken action. Action erases doubt. Erin's persona is programmed to fear, so fear is what's comfortable. Accomplishing a big goal like writing this book, she's never done that. It's scary, it's different. People tend to revert to what is comfortable to them. It's their programming. Phil, is fear comfortable just because we are used to doing it, or is there another reason it is comfortable? I am. Fear is comfortable to the persona. I am doesn't think fear is comfortable. Fear is how most people create, but when they are creating, they aren't creating as I am. They are not creating what they want. Fear is like what you call an addiction. Phil, when people are addicted, they do things that they don't consciously want to do. Why do they cling to it? I am. Addictions are programmed habits. It is not who they are, but it is who they have programmed themselves to be. Phil, do our habits, our addictions block us from I am? And I am says yes. Phil, would you say we have to break our habits, our addictions? I am. Many habits are useful or even necessary, like brushing your teeth every morning after you get out of bed. At the same time, habits happen with little conscious participation, and while you are carrying them out, your mind often wanders and worries without you noticing. While you can be present in the moment, most people are not. Programmed habits allow people to create unconsciously on autopilot without knowing that they are creating. It is not the most fulfilling way to create, but to live, you must create. Phil, so we are not blocking our creative ability. We are blocking our knowledge of it. I am. Yes. Without the knowledge that your thoughts create, you are not creating with intention. You are creating on autopilot. Phil, can I help Erin write this book? I am. I can't answer that question until Erin knows that the book will be written. Right now, I can only help you not write this book. I can only create what is being thought. Creation can't create the opposite of thoughts simply because you want it. You have to want it and know that you have it. Wanting is not knowing. I can't tell you how to do what is not being thought. Phil, okay, that's a tough one. What can I do to help her to stay open to you? What is the first step one can take to help somebody else come to a greater understanding? I am. Someone else must, on their own, create the idea that they want to know something. All you can do is put the truth out there. Phil, how specific does their desire have to be? I am. The more specific their desire, the more specific their results will be. And I have read that when it comes to manifestation, the more specific your request or what your desire is, the better. You play it out like a movie. Every single detail of what you want, whether it's the car of your dreams, the job of your dreams, the person of your dreams, the home of your dreams, the relationship, whatever it may be, the more detail you can give, the better. And the more likely you will get exactly what you're asking for, and then believing it in order to receive it, which seems to be our biggest obstacle as human beings. Phil, so if they have a desire to know God, I am, then that is what they will find. Phil, will they find their preconceived idea of God, or will they find you? I am. If they have a preconceived idea of God and that's what they're looking for, that's what they will find. A thought is a very specific thing and will create that specific thing every time. That's why people who are looking for a God outside of themselves will not find I am. They believe that they know. They feel a little fraction of the truth there and they stop searching. People who find I am are seeking a truth that they can only grasp at, a thin fragment of something that they feel. If they can keep an open mind, they are led to different sources. It's usually a process. When you are seeking for something more, you are going to find it if you are open. You will be led. Books will pop up in your awareness. You will meet people. You will be on a journey of finding what you are looking for. If you aren't looking, you won't find anything. If you believed that God existed outside of you, you would never have looked for anything else. What you believe is, unless a stronger thought comes along and obliterates it, there is only one truth. God, air, one law. And then I am says again, what happened there was I was saying there was only one truth, one law, and I wanted to go on and say I am creator, but Erin heard one law, and she thought something should come before creator. She got very scared. So he kind of stumbled, stumbled in the words. He went, God, one law. So it kind of came out a little, we'll just say like rocky, like a rough sentence there. Because I think, yeah, the author kind of felt like she needed to add something in there, and he's acknowledging that. Phil, why did she get scared? I am. She was blocking me. Erin's persona has been getting stronger, and she's quite relieved now that she's allowing me to speak again. Her trust is building again. When she's not listening to me, she's always afraid that I'm not real. She's afraid she must be crazy. Erin says she wouldn't have told you that she was afraid of that. She's too afraid that I am a figment of her imagination to admit it to you. Phil, I already knew that's what she was afraid of. I am. It makes her feel better that I said that to you because she wouldn't have. Phil, if Erin expresses her doubts and fears, will it help her move past them? I am. If she admits her doubts and fears, she only thinks them into creation yet again, and her persona is strengthened while I am blocked. It would be useful to express doubts and fears only if you are saying you will create what you want despite them. If you don't get rid of your doubts and fears by creating new thoughts, they continue to be. Doubts are thoughts, and thoughts are. They paralyze you and stop you from acting. You can have all the good positive thoughts in the world creating what you want to create. But as long as you have doubting thoughts creating what you don't want, you will never be able to create what you do want. The doubting thoughts obliterate the positive thoughts. Let's say you're a little kid who's been told all your life that you're very smart. When I am says things, you will trust those things are smart. You won't block them. But let's say you're a little kid whose parents told you that you're stupid and can't do anything right. Then you will believe that everything I am says is stupid and will block it. You won't say it out loud because you're afraid of even more ridicule. So all that you show to the outside world are those doubts. The kids who believe they are smart have no fear that they will be chastised for being stupid. There is a knowing they'll be told they are smart if they say it out loud, what I am says. So why block it? Often kids are told they're smart, but then somewhere along the line at 6 years old, 10, 15, whenever, one person will make one comment, whether it's a kid at school, a teacher, or some other adult. That was stupid. Why'd you say that? It just takes one comment and all of a sudden the doubts will start. Then it just gets worse and worse. They keep blocking I am's wisdom. That's why incidents that happen when you're young often make such a lasting impact on you. You don't remember all of them, but you remember one or two as particularly meaningful. You even think of them as shaping you for years to come. You think that because that's exactly what happened. Phil, so it changes your internal thoughts, and that changes what you do. I am. When your internal thoughts change, who you are changes. Phil, would self-talk help you become who you want? Yes, self-talk and affirmations. People weren't originally programmed to have to work hard. People were created to know. And here are our main thoughts from day 8. There are infinite ways to create. Wanting isn't knowing. Action erases doubt. When your internal thoughts change, who you are changes. I'm just going to take a peek at day 9. We have 2 more days left. All right. I'm going to stop right there because the last 2 videos were over, I think, the 22-25 minute mark. This one's shorter. And then I will read 9 and 10 probably together and the short epilogue at the end. So just going to keep a shorter one in there for you. Thank you all so very much for joining me. And as always, I love you all very much. And take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. I will see you again for days 9 and probably 10 in our book, One Truth, One Law, I Am, I Create, written by Erin Werley. Thank you so much for joining me. Till next time. Bye-bye.